It is Wednesday, April 15th, and we're going to start off by doing our Macarena months. So get on up, stand up, and we're going to do our Macarena months together. Get your hands ready. Ready, begin. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Then we turn around again. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Then we turn around one more time. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Then we sit right down. So today's date is, and you can say it with me, today's date is Wednesday, April 15th, 2020. So our reading lesson for today is our shared reading. So you may go ahead now and get your workbook. I have one now too. Make sure you have your reading materials, a bookmark of some kind, a yellow crayon, pencil, colored pencil, and maybe even an eraser. And we are going to begin by first reading. So turn to page 8 in your workbooks. And we have meeting needs in different ways. So I would like for you to first listen as the narrator reads the story to you.
Meeting needs in different ways. Everyone has needs. We need food and water to live, clothing to keep warm, and a place to live in. People cook and eat different kinds of food. They choose different clothing to wear. We meet our needs in many ways. Circle the words that begin with
Okay.
lower.
All right. Before we go on to that, we're first going to take a look at our story here. So we didn't circle the end marks. You may go ahead and do that now with your pencil. I know we usually do that ahead of time. We are going to go back and we're going to read this again. Circle the period, which means to stop. Circle the commas, which means we pause. So we like to circle so that we do not forget those end marks as we're going through and reading. I hope as you're practicing reading at home that you are also focusing on those end marks and making sure that you do what the end marks say to do. So we didn't do a prediction this time, but we can see down here that there are real photos in this story. And so we know that this is a nonfiction text. It does talk about meeting needs in different ways. It's not really a story, it's more of an informational text. So looking at this story, we see that there is differences here. We see the word, let's see if I can find it. Nope, it's not on this page. So we're going to skip that part. Sorry about that, boys and girls. So let me ask you this question, and I want you to think about it based on the reading. What needs do people have? So what needs do people have? We're going to think about that for a moment as you look at this part and maybe even over here. See if you can find it and point to it. And then we are going to take our pencil and we're going to underline it. Over here it says everyone has needs. We need food. So underline need food and water to live. Clothing, underline clothing to keep us warm. And we're going to underline this whole thing because it's important to understand you do need clothes in order to keep warm. And a place to live. So that would be shelter. So that's 4 things: food, water, clothing, and a place to live, shelter. Now, over here, it talks about different. People cook and eat different kinds of food. And that's okay. That doesn't really have anything to do with a need or a want, other than people cook different foods based on what they like. So that's what they're talking about. So, how do people meet their needs in different ways? That would be one way, is by eating different kinds of foods. So, how do people meet their needs in different kinds of ways? Is different kinds of foods and different clothing. Oops, sorry about that. Underline all this part. Different kinds of food. Oops, I crossed it out. And different clothing. So we don't all eat the exact same foods and we don't all wear the exact same clothes. That would get boring after a while, wouldn't it? Okay? So next, we're going to go back through and we're going to go ahead and read it again together. And I would like you to follow along with me.
The
Whoops. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and read it, and I'd like you to read it with me at home. Okay. The title, Meeting Needs in Different Ways. Follow along with your finger or a bookmark. Everyone has needs. We need food and water to live, clothing to keep warm, and a place to live in. People cook and eat different different kinds of food. They choose different clothing to wear. We meet our needs in many ways. So we meet our needs in different ways. Again, focusing on the word different is very important. Okay? All right, now we are going to take a look at W. It says circle the words that begin with W, and there's a few of them. So we're going to take our pencils and we are going to circle the words. And if you want at this time, you can use a different colored pencil if you want. And we're going to circle all of the W words. Starting with in the title, we have ways. And then we have we, which happens to be a sight word also. We have water. Make sure you're circling these with me. Warm. If you want to pause and find them first on your own, you can do that and then come back, or you can just do them with me. The word where and we again, and ways. So we see W a lot. Let's go ahead and count how many times we see the letter W. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So down here we can write 7 next to W because we found it 7 times. Now we're going to get rid of our pencils and we're going to grab our highlighters so that we can highlight all of our sight words at this time. Okay. And actually, yes, let's go ahead and do that, and then we're going to go back and do something else. So we're going to highlight in, has, we, and, to, and, to, and in. Okay, let's come over here, and, of, which is our new sight word this week, to, we, in. All right, so let's count how many sight words did we find. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So let's go ahead and write 15. That's a lot. Okay. And before, whoops, I'm having trouble with my computer here. Writing 15. Okay, so before we write the sight words here, we're going to finish with that. But I did want real quick for us to go back and look for the 3 key details that tell what everyone needs. Here in the second sentence, we find one of the first needs, which is up here. So we actually already underlined them, but we didn't number them. So I want us just to go back and find the needs that we underlined, and we're going to go ahead and number them at this time. So put a 1 for we need food. We need water, put 2. Clothing, it's going to be a little tricky. We're going to put 3 right here. And a place to live 4. So these talk about the 4 different needs. And those are important because those are the key details in this story. Now we're going to come down and we will write those sight words finally. So we're going to put in, has, we, and, to. Oops, my didn't come out right. Oopsie daisy. Okay, let's try that again. Uh-oh. Now, there we go. Oh, it's just not wanting to work for me today. There we go. I'm sure yours are much neater. We already have and 2 and of, O, F, and I think that's it. I think those are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different words. And then up here, boys and girls, you may go ahead and draw your favorite need and want. So what I would do is take a line, draw it right down the middle. On this side, draw a picture of something you need. That would be food, clothing, shelter. So draw a picture of something you need, and it could be something that you like as well. So if you're drawing clothing, it could be something you like to wear, but this would be a need. And on this page, on this side of the page, draw a picture of something you might want, like a pet or a toy, something that you want. Okay, whoops. And go ahead and draw a picture on that side. And then you can send me a picture later through the Remind, and I can see what you drew. Okay, so that concludes our shared reading lesson for today, Wednesday, April 15th, and I hope you have a very happy Wednesday. And don't forget, we'll be doing our chat later on today through Zoom, so make sure that you are ready and get all hooked up with Zoom so that we can chat online like we did last week. So I will see you later. Bye-bye.